Subscribe now and in the future you'll win every debate you'll ever have online. PlayStation 2, what a fantastic console. Also I hear it sold pretty well too. Anyway, PlayStation 2, since it's one of my favorite consoles of all time, I figured I'd list my top 10 favorite games for the system in question here, which is PlayStation 2. How's that sound? Number 10 on this list, and I've talked about this game a few times on this channel before, probably every time I talk about PlayStation 2 games, and especially underrated PlayStation 2 games, has gotta go to Ring of Red. And no, it's not about taking a shit after Taco Bell night. No, Ring of Red, it's... Well, now that I think about it, I actually don't really know what Ring of Red means in this game. Anyway, it's a mech game. It's strategic mech game. You have your map, you have isometric view, you move your mechs. Usually your mech you can have 1 or 2 platoons if you like. You don't have to have those, but you can, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I played this, but yeah. Then once you actually attack someone or someone attacks you, it turns into this long road, which works as the battlefield, and you don't really take turns. Both mechs are aiming at each other and you have to kind of wait. There's this percentage that grows, and the bigger the percentage, the better odds you have of hitting the enemy. Also, you have your 1 or 2 platoons who can do some kind of support stuff, you know, they might kill the other mechs' platoons, you know, it depends what you have. You can have like rocket launcher group, which obviously targets the enemy mech, or you can have machine gunners who, well, shoot the enemy soldiers. It's all really strategic, but I love this game. It's just the battles in this one, I swear they're some of the most intense ever. Just because you're waiting that percentage to go up, and it slows down slowly the higher it goes, and you're just kind of waiting for that perfect shot. And should I shoot now? Should I not? Oh, it's tense, and I really like that this kind of takes place, it says here, World War II robot tank action. I was gonna say it feels like World War II kind of stuff, cause the mechs are kind of like slow moving tanks, more like, where you have to really, well, prioritize your actions, cause it takes time for things to load up and get where you want to get at. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. I'll always keep mentioning this until they bring this back, some way, somehow, cause right now you can only play this on PlayStation 2 emulators, obviously, but yeah, if you want to play the official version, it's stuck on fucking PlayStation 2. Come on, give us a remaster, remake, something. Bring the old PlayStation 2 version to PlayStation 5, PlayStation Store. Konami, why don't you do that? You've been remaking and remastering your old classics, re-releasing Metal Gears and Silent Hills lately, so how about throwing Ring of Red there? This is one of your best games. God damn it. Although this list will have more Konami games, but this is still one of their best. So I'm just gonna move on. Number 9 spot on this list goes to Gran Turismo 4, one of the greatest driving games ever made. I love this game. Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 4, those are probably my favorites. If I had to pick between those, well, the PlayStation Gran Turismo 2, that has it has its charm, but then again, Gran Turismo 4 also, it looks better and drives better, obviously, because it's PlayStation 2. Gran Turismo 3 is kind of weird one. Some people really love that, but they dropped the number of cars by a lot, so I wasn't really into that. And also I didn't really like it aesthetically as much as Gran Turismo 2 and 4, because I love the kind of map thing here, where you have different countries' car shops, and you have used cars and car washes and changing oil and all that stuff there, and the races are there, and I think the presentation in Gran Turismo 2 and 4 is just miles better than Gran Turismo 3. I still like Gran Turismo 3, I'm not hating on it, but Gran Turismo 4 and 2, for me personally, I just, you know, on top of driving, the only thing you pretty much do in Gran Turismo games is you navigate your way through all the menus and all those, so I like how they're more fun in Gran Turismo 2 and Gran Turismo 4. Music's great, they're always great. Well, in these older Gran Turismo games, gotta say the new one we got, I really loved this one. This was great. I've started this few times throughout my lifetime from scratch. I hate those licenses. I always get so obsessed with those. You gotta try for the gold. At some point during the later licenses, though, I give up and I'll take the bronze medals. And even then, the last licenses usually they're a bitch. I might have broken controller or two driving those licenses. Also, who's not to say I haven't broken any controllers while driving the races. Stressful game, but man, I love it. Gran Turismo, best track style driving game series there is. Forza. Number 8 on my list is a game called Dark Chronicle. Oh, this game is so good. It's so good. I love this game. I remember we had here in Finland, we had this one gaming related TV show that was kind of early days of internet, if not even a little before internet. That was pretty much our main source of gaming news and gaming information. I remember seeing the review of this game. I saw it and I was like, I gotta get that. That looks fucking fantastic. Now, if you're from North America and you're wondering what the hell is Dark Chronicle, also known as Dark Cloud 2. Sequel, Dark Cloud. I don't know why they went with different name here, but well, I gotta say, I kinda like Dark Chronicle more than Dark Cloud as a name. I don't know, Dark Cloud, that just sounds like you're doing some bad drugs, you're on a bad trip or something. Dark Chronicle sounds more fantasy-like. I like it. But anyway, you have two characters here, a boy and a girl. You have weapons, which you can upgrade, and there's lots of choices for you to upgrade. Well, at least in early 2000 standards, there was a lot. It's been a little while since I played this one too. This one you can actually get from PlayStation Store, so you can get on this and start playing, which I've been meaning to do after such a long time. I really want to get into this again, but time is a bitch, and I don't have too much of that. But yeah, there's also a little bit of building your own village and taking photographs during battle and all that kind of stuff, which just keeps the interest up, and it looks so colorful and bright. I love it. And actually, when you play a little while, there are these dungeons you have to go through, but after a little while you get golf club set. So all the dungeons, after you've beaten everyone, they kind of work as a mini golf tracks, which is great. I always loved that. I spent so much time playing just the golf in this. It was so fun. We didn't really have great golf games back then. I mean, we did, but they were mostly on PC, and I wasn't always PC player. Sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't, so it depended if I was or not, if I had any kind of access to golf games. Obviously, I did have NES golf games. They were a bit rough. Anyway, Dark Chronicle, I do highly recommend this if you're into action, RPG style stuff, adventure stuff. Really French feel this. But more happier than something like Expedition 33 that we just got. Number 7 game, come out to play. Where's my number 7? There it is. The Warriors. Based on one of the best movies ever made. Weirdly, they made one of the best beat-em-up games ever made. From that movie, which, well, the movie kind of fits. It's full of gangs in New York and they're beating the shit out of each other. So this one follows the story of the movie, but also they added into this these missions which are kind of prequel to the movie, which I really just dug. And yeah, they got, I think, like most of the voice actors are from the original movie, which is great. Soundtrack is amazing. I mean, The Warriors, the movie, one of the best soundtracks ever in a movie. So yeah, obviously this one's gonna be fucking awesome. Takes place New York, 1979. Gangs are meeting up. There's this one leader of a huge gang who wants them all to unite and go against the cops and take over the city, but someone shoots him, and then that same asshole frames the Warriors as the guilty party who shot the gang leader guy. Cyrus. Cyrus was the big gang leader's name who got shot. So your mission is to survive through New York back to your own turf, and all the gangs are after you, pretty much. I recommend this, and I recommend the movie if you like. It came out 79, the movie. It's 70s movies, man, they hit different. But the game's really good too. Oh yeah, it's a beat 'em up game. You're basically, I really love, because in this one it's kind of gangs versus gangs most of the time. So you have a little group there who are going against others, and also you can make little money on the side by stealing car radios and breaking windows and stealing stuff from, stores. There's jewelry stores and all that kind of stuff you can rob. Just, smash the window, go in and grab what you can and get the fuck out of there. And really just made by Rockstar. Rockstar knows what they're doing. Also, one more thing. I think the fighting in this, it has, nice variety. You can use melee weapons, and, you can even hold guy, or you can have some of your gang members hold a guy and just beat the crap out of them. Also, you can tackle them down on the ground and just beat their faces, and I love how you beat someone there with your fist in the face, not this way. But yeah, I love how you beat someone and their faces just get bloodier and more messed up by every punch. That is fucking awesome. I always love that detail when that is in beat 'em up games. Even nowadays, modern beat 'em up games, they forget those, which I believe are really important details that enhance the experience of beat 'em up games. When you see the work of your fists and legs, it makes it more immersive. You kick someone in the face, it'd be nice to see them, spit out a tooth and have a little blood flowing from the mouth or something like that. Or maybe you break their nose. I don't know, but it would be nice to have some visual confirmation that your hits are actually connecting and doing some damage. That's something I hate about, especially new beat 'em up games. Game devs I feel like they're really fucking lazy these days. Details. It's all in details, and new games rarely have details. Cool details. Number 6 on my list of top 10 favorite PlayStation 2 games. We all knew this game had to come up at some point, or at least some games from this series. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yeah, it's one of those Grand Theft Auto games. I don't know if you've heard about them. They're quite a big deal. You have open world and you can do crimes there. You can steal cars. Weird. Anyway, kick-ass soundtrack. Just so many good songs there. You got some Guns N' Roses and Danzig there, and just endless amount of other bands. Rage Against the Machines. As you can tell, I usually listen to the rock channel or metal channel. I don't remember the channels in this, what they were named, but the one that plays more hard music. I do like to listen to the other radio stations too at times, just to keep it fresh, I do like me some. Didn't this have like a Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg or something like that? I like some of those older rap songs. I can't really remember which ones this had. Three Cities, which is still the most any GTA game has ever had. Well, actually, if you think about it, GTA 1 had 3 cities. GTA 2, did that also have 3 different cities? I don't actually remember, because I always kind of sucked at GTA 2. I don't know why, but GTA 1, I played it through a couple of times. Don't know. Something just didn't click here. But yeah, what is there to say? It's a huge map, you got planes, you got cars, you got bicycles in this. I loved always riding my bicycles. Also, if you eat too much, you get fat, but you can luckily go to the gym and get slim again, or get buff. And those always affect your character stats, so you want to keep that in mind, Don't want to be too fat, because sometimes when you're robbing cars and things go sideways, you might have to run. If you're a big chunky monkey, you're not gonna run as long or as fast. Well, I think that might be a good advice for people, if you're gonna turn into a life of crime, keep slim, so you'll run faster. You might have to do that. I'm not sure if I should be giving here advices to career criminals. Let's just move on. Next we have my 5th favorite game on PlayStation 2, and this is the game I played through more than probably any other game ever in the history of gaming. Well, unless you count something like Solitaire, because sometimes at workplaces that's pretty much all you do. So I mean, used to do, don't do it these days. That's not allowed. But yeah, this is a real game, not one of those card games your grandma plays, but real game. If you're a real gamer, you fuck Solitaire, you play this, I think. Like I said before, there was gonna be more Konami on this list, and Metal Gear Solid 2, I swear. I at best days, I ran through this twice, maybe even 3 times. At some day, I don't think I ever ran this 3 times, but 2 times at least, few days back in the days when I didn't have anything else to do, I was unemployed, living at home. Well, what's a guy gonna do except play video games all day and avoid work? Metal Gear Solid 2 takes place, little time after Metal Gear Solid 1. This was disappointing at first when this arrived, because there's 2 sections. One is you're in a tanker, this big ship. That's kind of what starts this game. That's the first section, and that's when you play as Solid Snake. But then there's a longer section, bigger section, which is basically the main game. There's this oil rig. And in that one you play as Raiden, who is a new character, and I wasn't really a fan of Raiden. I wanted to play as Solid Snake. And they have trailers and all, and you could see Solid Snake there back in the day. So Hideo Kojima really just, he pulled the rug under me, and I didn't appreciate it. But, like I said, I played this so many goddamn times through that. I still don't think Raiden is as good as Solid Snake, but you know, I can play a Metal Gear Solid game as Raiden because the games are so great. Sneaking game. The reason why this isn't higher on this list is mainly because of the main plot. That is confusing, long, a lot of cutscenes. I don't mind the cutscenes, they're well made, but just the info, the stuff you get on those. As a kid, I probably half of that just flew right over my head. Now I replayed this a little while ago. Well, actually I didn't finish this, but from what I did play, a couple of hours, I did get a better grasp of things. I need to go back and finish it, because I played this from the Metal Gear Solid collection that Konami released. But yeah, it's fantastic stealth action, so detailed, all the kinds of things you can kind of do in this and miss out on. I'd say almost every playthrough you go through this game, playthroughs are kind of different in little ways, little details also, you know. There's just so much for you to see in this. Back in the days, the reason why I played this through so many goddamn times is because this had this system. Once you beat this game, you got this password code. You had to enter it online, so I didn't have internet connection at home, so I had those passwords and I always took them to my friend's place. Sometimes I played this through at my friend's place. I dragged my PlayStation 2 there and I played this, and we'd insert the code and see what grade we got from our playthrough. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 2, fantastic game. Kind of confusing, the main story and all. That's what kind of holds this back, but still love it. Number 4 on this list, I'd say this one was a bit of a disappointment at first too when it came out. I'm talking about Final Fantasy X, and the reason why this was a little bit of disappointment was because I've gotten so used to the PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, those were so goddamn good. I loved the style and all that. This became more modern and more kind of, it ditched the world map, kinda. I mean, you kind of have world map, but you can't run there freely like in those. And then you enter these little places where you can crawl through the dungeons and gain experience by fighting enemies and all that, and try to find all the treasures and all that kind of shit. You know, the older ones had, and sometimes you even found some kind of hidden places, some hidden island somewhere on the world map that you might have missed at first. You know, that was always cool. You might run into some really huge and hard fucking enemy that you didn't even know existed on your first few playthroughs. But yeah, that was always awesome. But this one was more focused on, or more, what's the word I'm looking here for? Linear, more linear, the path you advance to get to the end. There wasn't that world map where you could just go pretty much anywhere. In that sense, it was a disappointment, but after playing this a lot, it's a fantastic Final Fantasy game. One of my favorites still, you know. But Final Fantasy, JRPG, turn-based. Yeah, and you try to make through the battles and beat the game and beat the final boss and all that, and I really dug the story in this. Again, this unstoppable force called Sin that was trying to destroy the world, and it was just, I loved this. This was so great. The main character at the start of this game gets thrown into a weird world, and he has to figure out things, where he is and how things work there, and gotta say, one of my favorite soundtracks. This one has that one metal song. It was Outer World or something like that. I don't remember the exact name of the song. I could actually find that and go listen to it again, but that was a kick-ass metal song. I loved that. But balancing that out, this one also had the worst laugh scene ever in any JRPG or any game ever. That was one of those moments I just kind of wish there would have been a stray bullet and ended the game right then and there. Didn't really need to continue from that, but luckily it did, because, it was a great game, but that laugh scene didn't really make me want to laugh. More like made me want to, like I said, catch a stray bullet. I mean, I wish the characters in the game would have caught one, but, if that laugh scene would have gone any further, I would have started wishing myself the same thing. It was painful. That's worst fake laugh ever. But still, great game. Number 4 on this list. Oh, and we're already down to my top 3. And number 3 on this list. Another Rockstar game. As good as San Andreas is, can't beat Vice City. Man, I love San Andreas has bigger map and more stuff for you to do and all that. You can eat and gain weight and go hit the gym and all that. And it also had bicycles, which is fucking fantastic. But overall, Vice City, just the story, it's taking a lot of pages out of Scarface's the movie, if you know that, with Al Pacino. From that movie's playbook, and yeah, I just love it. Probably the best voice characters or voice actors in this. Probably the best characters in this one too. I love Tommy Vercetti, who's the main guy in this, and he's voiced by the late great Ray Liotta. You have so many, fantastic voice actors in this. Danny Trejo is in this. That guy, that black guy, that was friend of Tommy's. He was voiced by I can't remember the actor's name, but Tobbs from Miami Vice, Crockett's partner in that. So good, so good. So many references to 80s and just the soundtrack. It kicks ass. It's so good. San Andreas had a pretty damn awesome soundtrack, but Vice City, that 80s, it hits different. Obviously you're a gangster, you're trying to make your way up in the underworld, criminal life, trying to become kind of like in Scarface, the main guy when it comes to the truck scene and all every criminal stuff you can do scene in this. I played the shit out of this back then. Oh, also San Andreas, but this one too, I just love the vibe, the 80s vibe, Scarface references and all that. This is so damn good. Ugh. Then there was only 2 left, and what could be number 2? This is one of those games that ranked really, really goddamn high on my favorite horror games list. Some of you might have guessed it already. And how fitting that this is number 2, because this is the number 2 part in the series. Silent Hill. Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1 and 2, I love both of those so much. They were so great. They were something different. Resident Evil was kind of corny mutants and the characters were all cheesy and it had that survival horror thing. It made that kind of more popular. Yeah, but Silent Hill kind of just came out of nowhere, the first one, and that made it more adult. It made it more scary, but also it had these themes of loss and trauma and other heavy subjects that it handled. And I think Silent Hill 2 perfected Silent Hill 1's kind of thing. They hit a home run. It's no wonder they haven't really been able to beat this, because I think this is a perfect kind of psychological horror. Just the journey of James, who's the main character in this, and the people he comes across. Are they really real people, or are they some kind of projections of his traumas and all that? It is so well told. I love the story and all. You know what? When it comes to the action side of this, it could be better. Yeah, sure. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst either. It's alright. It's a PlayStation 2 game. But it's the story. The story is why I play Silent Hill games. It's so messed up, so dark. It drills into the darkest pits of your brains and just tries to pull something visceral from there. And like I said, all the traumas and all the hardships and pure nightmare stuff that it kind of brings. But it's not in your face like monsters and stuff. It's more finesse. I'm not sure if I used that word correctly, but more finely tuned, just perfectly told journey of a fucked up mind that has a lot of trauma and, serious problems pretty much, and regrets and doubts and fears. Still haven't played the remake though, and I don't think I'll play the remake. Reason why I don't really want to play the remake is, like I said, I play Silent Hill for the story. The story is fucking fantastic. That's the reason why I play this. The remake makes it longer. In this one, the pacing and all was perfect, so the remake makes it longer, and in that way, it kind of waters it down. If you have to waste more time just bashing all the monsters and all that's not really the point of this game. I don't like that. I want to get through the story because the story is so masterfully done in this. It adds more of the crap I don't care about, and I don't know if they tried to add something to the story. God, I hope not, because how do you add something to perfection? That's when you start watering it down. That's when you start spoiling it. When you're trying to take someone else's story and make your own additions to that, it really rarely just goes right. You should have just left it the way it is. I love Silent Hill 2. It's a fucking fantastic game. That's why it's number 2. And then we get to greatest PlayStation 2 game ever made. This is actually one of the greatest games ever made. This is in my top 5. I believe this is in my top 3. I don't actually remember. I kind of have to do my top 10 favorite games of all time list. Kind of again, I did a top 5 back in the days, and I think a lot of things have changed. My number 1 is still my number 1, but other than that, I would like to make some changes to it, maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But anyway, my favorite, all-time favorite PlayStation 2 game, Metal Gear Solid 3. They just released a remaster. I have a hard time calling it remake, although it is kind of new engine and all that, but it plays exactly like this one. All the events, all that, it's all from this. It's just new engine pretty much. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. This just blew my mind. I mean, basically you're kind of like James Bond and Rambo in this. I mean, you're more like Rambo in a way that you're sneaking around in jungle and you're using camouflage and you're eating animals and all that. But there's some James Bond vibes when it comes to, well, the music. The music is obvious, but some of the storytelling aspects also. Kojima kind of wanted to do James Bond meets Rambo, apparently, from what I remember, some of those interviews he had. But I'd say the Rambo part is more dominating in this, because, you know, the action you do actually in the jungle. You sneak around and you kill enemy soldiers, or maybe you just grab a gun and shoot everyone. I mean, just once you get the machine gun towards the end in this, and I love shooting that thing, because when Snake shoots it, you hold the trigger down for a little while and he actually starts yelling, "Ah!" while he's shooting. That is so Rambo thing to do. Yeah, Rambo did scream, at least in Rambo 2 at the end when he's there with the M60 machine gun and Yeah, great characters. Possibly my all-time favorite boss battle is in this, and that is against the end. It's a sniper battle. You don't really have to use sniper if you don't want to. There's so many different tactics you can tackle that boss. But I love good old-fashioned sniper battle where it takes time. You just lay low and you wait who makes the first mistake, and blam, that's it. I mean, it's not one and done, but you have energy meter and boss has energy meter, but yeah, I always loved that kind of sniper stuff. No one's been able to replicate a sniper battle as great as in this against the end, the boss fight. It's just so goddamn good. I loved playing just the boss battle in this so many times against the end. There were some boss battles that were, all of them were like good, at least good. Some of them were better. There were a couple of great ones, but the end was it was on another level. So fucking good. And this one didn't really have that convoluted storytelling like in Metal Gear Solid 2, so I appreciated that way more too. Such a fantastic game. Love it. This is one of the best games ever made. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had, because, well, this was top 10 list and those were 10 games. You thought there was gonna be more? That's weird. Actually, when I was checking out my collection, it's been a while since I took a peek at my PlayStation 2 collection. There were a lot of games I'd like to talk about more, but I don't know, I'll have to figure out some kind of video excuse to talk about those. There's some games that need more attention, in my opinion. Some great ones, or maybe not great ones, but really good ones that people have disregarded, haven't heard about, or, just missed. Anyway, fuck off and I'll fuck off, and we'll meet back here when I upload more crap. That's how we do things in this channel. God damn it. What's your favorite PlayStation 2 games? I don't know. I'm curious. Write them down in the comments, because YouTube likes that shit, apparently. YouTube doesn't like when I swear, so I'm kind of nullifying the positive effects I get from comments, but I've never really been that great at this YouTube. I mean, I've done this 8 years? I hit 1,400 subs now, but man, it took some time to get there. Anyway, you go do you, and I go do me. I mean, be me and watch TV, not do me, jack off. Goodbye.